Baseball season is officially underway. The Texas Rangers open the season at home against the Boston Red Sox. And at this point on the DLLS Rangers podcast set, Jeff Wilson and me, John Rhadigan, have decided it's time to make fools of ourselves.
Yes.
So we are going to make predictions. Now, Elijah is our prophet and our producer. And hopefully he'll just lose this tape, and nobody will ever remember, because we made predictions at the start of spring training too, and damn it, I can't remember them, and I don't know if you can. Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going to predict things, and of course we'll start with the American League West and the Rangers division, and this is a team, Jeff, that has not won the division since 2016.
Yeah.
So, prediction from you first on what will happen in the American League West this season.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say the Astros' reign ends, that the Rangers will win the West. They will go, that's a tough one. I'm going to go 93-69, and they'll win the division by a couple 3 games, and have a little break there in that last series at Cleveland to get things set up for the postseason.
And so it seems like, are you saying that you think the Astros will be second in the division?
I just can't buy the Mariners' offense.
Yeah.
And I know that they had a nice late home run last night off of our buddy Jose Leclerc, but I will go Rangers, Astros, Mariners.
Okay. So I've got the Astros not making the playoffs.
Ooh, all right.
How about me? I've got the Astros not making the playoffs, and the Mariners and Athletics battling for second place in the division behind your winning team, the Texas Rangers. Now, you're a little more optimistic on the win total than me. I'm thinking 88 wins.
Okay.
And I'm thinking this is thinking this is a pretty good division with, those really 4 teams at the top, because the Athletics are going to be better this year. Seattle is Seattle. Houston is Houston, and the Rangers. So they beat, they don't play each other 19 times a year, but they beat up on each other quite a bit. So anyway,
I like it.
That's what I've got there. Let's go to the East. And who do you like in the American League East, Jeff?
I am going to go ahead and say the Boston Red Sox. I think that they did enough with their pitching. I know they're dealing with some injuries right now, kind of like the Rangers are. They're not as severe on the injury front. You look at the lineup. It's got some veteran guys, some guys that you don't expect, some good rookies, some good depth at AAA, top prospect in baseball. So they have a chance to be pretty good. So give me the Boston Red Sox to win the East.
All right. I am going to go with the New York Yankees.
All right.
A lot of people feel like they're going to fall off a cliff. This is awful. Look, they lost Soto, obviously. But they were good before he had been there. They still recouped, and they went and got Max Fried. And I know they've had some injuries in the pitching rotation, but I still think the Yankees are going to reign supreme in the American League East. The Yankees, after all, they strike fear into the hearts of opponents. American League Central had 3 representatives in the playoffs last year.
Yes.
What do you think about this year?
I'm just going to go with the Royals winning. I think it's their time. They had I know spring training doesn't matter, but they were really good this spring.
Yeah.
They did a lot of things well. Their rotation's good. Their bullpen looks like it's going to be tough. So then I don't know if we're going to predict MVPs, but I think they're going to have the MVP this year too, in our buddy Bobby Witt. So let me go with the Royals there, and then wild card teams. I will go with the Guardians and the Orioles and the Astros. So I'll say one wild card from each division.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Interesting choice. I will absolutely be a homer.
Okay.
And say that the Tigers are not only going to win the American League Central, but they'll. And you mentioned, the MVP, and I agree with you for MVP. But I think that the Tigers will also have the Rookie of the Year.
Jackson Jobe
has made the rotation, and I think he's going to be really good. I really think it'll be a battle between he and Kumar Rocker to sustain or to win that Rookie of the Year award in the American League. So that's going to be fun. It'll be fun to watch. And then as far as the wild cards go, I think it's going to be Oakland, Athletics, and Boston, and I'll probably say Kansas City. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go one from each division as well.
All right.
National League, who do you like in the East?
I will take the Atlanta Braves. I think that, yes, they lost Max Fried, but they're going to get Spencer Strider back at some point here, and Ronald Acuna, full season from him in theory. So they're just loaded. So I like the Braves.
I'm going to take the Phillies, and it seems like maybe in my mind I take the Phillies every year, and it seems like they never really quite get there, but I think they're loaded. I think they're talented, and I think that I would take the Phillies. It's a tough division, though, because the Mets are going to be good. I mean,
they should be.
Yeah, there's a lot of predictions that out there that say neither New York team will even make the playoffs, and
it's possible.
Certainly, that's a possibility. It's always a possibility, but I agree with you. The Braves are going to be really good. The Nationals won't, and neither will the Marlins. But those other three teams will all be pretty good in that division. In the Central Division, who do you like?
I'm going to take the Cubs. They have the pitching. They've made some changes. The offense is going to be, it'll be fine. It's not a great division, and I think the Brewers might have lost too much from last year's team. I know they get Christian Yelich back healthy off of his back issue, but I have some concerns with the Brewers. But I'm going to go ahead and take those Cubs.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%. The Brewers, you can't lose people as they do sort of preemptively, right, every year, and they trade guys away because they know they're not going to be able to sign them.
Right.
And eventually I think that erodes your mentality as a team. These moves are moves with human beings, and they affect the other human beings. And I think that that's a bad message to be sending each and every year. So I agree with you. That one we agree on. The Cubs will win that division. And then, of course, it's the West, the National League West.
Well, the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'd love to say not the Dodgers. I'd love to say Arizona's really good pitching, although Zach Allen got off to a bad start. But I'd like to say their really good pitching would be enough to overtake the Dodgers, but I don't think it will be. All right, let's pick three wild cards, Jeff, from the National League.
All right, give me the Phillies.
Yep.
And I will take the Diamondbacks and Padres.
All right, how about this? I'm taking the Braves, which was the other team from the East, kind of like you. We flip-flopped there. I'm taking to make the playoffs this year because managers matter.
Oh, I know where you're going with this one.
Cincinnati Reds are going to make the playoffs this year, and then give me the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
I'll get again. I think they'll sneak in as they did but I don't know yet. I don't know if we have to pick this far. I don't know yet which team is going to beat the damn Dodgers, but I've said they're not winning it. There you go.
Okay. Well, we got to pick a World Series team. We got to do that.
Yeah. All right. So out of those, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that any of those teams in the American League are that much better than the Rangers. So it also seems homerish, but I'm going to say the Rangers, with Jacob deGrom going a full season, are going to go to the World Series. They're going back. And plus, Bochy's got his every other year thing.
It makes us look like homers, but we're not the only ones who are picking them.
Right.
So I'll take a Rangers, watch this, Phillies World Series.
Wow, you went Phillies.
With the Rangers prevailing.
So even though I did not pick the Braves to win their division, I'm going to go Rangers Braves.
All right.
Rangers Braves in the World Series. We both got the Rangers, and let's just see what happens. And Prophet, please lose this tape. Please don't bring it back out at the end of the season.
Yeah, we're going to look like idiots.
He's got that smile on his face. I'm pretty sure this baby's coming back to haunt us. That's our predictions for 2025.
We all silly like the mayor.